Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Welcome back to my blog. So for today's blog, I want to share with you guys during what happened during week 4, which is we learned the topic about mastery learning. So basically it's a replacement class for the week one that we didn't have class. So in during this week 4, we basically learn a few things about mastery learning, such as the concept of mastery learning, PPK, which is Pusat Perkembangan Co-Curriculum, and principle of mastery learning, and some of the types of strategies, technique, and approaches that can be used. So stay with me and let's go. So first thing first, during the class, basically, so Dr. Fahim mentioned the topic that we are going to learn, which is mastery learning. So what is mastery learning? Mastery learning is, in short, it is every single one of the students, or most of the students, must master every content or skill that has been taught during the class. So because some of the students are quite slower than the others, and it requires sometimes for them to learn. But it doesn't mean that they can't learn. It means that it takes sometimes, maybe some repetition, or maybe some teachers may need to repeat the content 2 or 3 times. But it does not mean they cannot learn. They can learn, but it takes quite a few times. So as a teacher, we must teach a lesson and goes on to a certain topic. But before we going on to the next topic, we must ensure that these students, or this type of student, has already understand the content and the skill that they learn during the class. So what is PPK? PPK is Pusat Perkembangan Co-Curriculum, that Sir Fahim mentioned, that it's a teaching approach that making sure that the student master or achieve the learning objective before moving on to the next topic or next unit. This approach need to be sufficient time and sufficient and quality teaching, and it is also a learning process for the students. What are the principles that we learn for the mastery learning, which is we can ensure that the time is quite sufficient and the student can master all the content. The second thing is teacher must be considerate in using a teaching approach according to the student's ability itself. And lastly, the instruction for every topic or unit must be very clear for the student to understand better. Without a clear content or technique that has been explained, the student might struggle to find to improve or practice the certain technique or skill that has been taught. Now I'm going to share about types of strategies, approaches, and technique for this mastery skill that can be used during the class. So I'm going to give 5, which is 1 is simulation, can be used. Second one is field study. We can visit any different type of places for the students to study at the field itself, such as probably museum and sports center. So role play, students can acting in the class, or we as a teacher can do an acting in the class, so that students has a bigger picture about what they have learned. Next is a practical. They can practice it during the class, or the teacher can show it to them first, and then they can apply it later during the class. And lastly will be group discussion. After they have learned during the class of what teacher has taught them, teacher can make a group discussion with each other, probably group of 5, group of 6, or the less the better, the less is the better, and then they can discuss of what they have learned and share their own knowledge to what they understand and what they don't understand. So I think that will be the end of my vlog for today, and I hope you guys can understand and what I have express to you guys and share my knowledge for today's vlog. I see you guys in the next vlog. Assalamualaikum.